Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to my podcast, Snack Thoughts. I'll say again, welcome to my podcast, Snack Thoughts. And what is my thought for tonight? Well, my thought for tonight is a DWB. And what is a DWB, you might ask? It's dating while broke. And I'll say it again, a DWB is dating while broke. And so, what is it that prompts me to think of such a topic on this podcast? Well, myself and a close friend, we were sharing and just, dialoguing back and forth about certain dating experiences, and some of the past experiences we kind of laughed about. We found some to be kind of hilarious in hindsight, you know. But I'll give you one good example. One example that I experienced was I ran across an individual, that I had met years ago at a nightclub, and so the individual sends me a drink, and this individual, I mean, they were really beautiful, they were beautiful. I mean, they had, they were dressed to kill, dressed to the T, name brand shoes, name brand purses, you kind of get the picture where I'm going with this. And so, of course, as a guy, I was flattered, say, hey, what I'm saying, a beautiful woman, sends me a drink all the way across, the other side, the club, what I'm saying, and, she flags me down, and so we begin to converse, and, I met the individual, and obviously we conversated, I get her number, blah, 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 and so I think I went on either 2 or 3 dates with this person, but make a long story short, it may have been the second date when she had invited me out to her home. So she's in this like the home was off the chain, and I knew the home would had to be probably like at least 1 point something, what I'm saying, mil. And so, I'm like, okay, and there's 7 cars and stuff like that. I'm just like, wow, kids going to private school and stuff like that, and the individual owned a beauty salon, okay? And so, at the time, I was still in the military. And so, what happened is that, they begin to share, said details, but I won't go into that, but they shared some details about, their former relationship, or an ex, and as the onion began to get peeled back deeper and deeper, what I had learned is that everything is not as it appears. And I'm like, this is elaborate house, okay? You got 7 cars, and you have a business, but the business made X amount of dollars, but the income to debt ratio was the problem. So basically, what that made you, you could make so much money, but if your debt significantly outweighs what you're bringing in, basically you're broke, you're underwater, and they begin to share some details about, refinances and stuff like that. And I was really shocked, and in my mind, I'm thinking like, well, why don't you just, whatever, say maybe downsize, sell some of the cars, and then maybe you gotta take the kids, out of private school, and they got to go public, you got to downgrade if you don't have it. That was my way of thinking. But make a long story short, once I found out what their financial situation was, I found out that it wasn't what I thought it was. It's kind of like, in a way, a facade. You're living a lifestyle that you can no longer, afford. And so it's like you got to make some key decisions, in your life, versus worrying about dating someone. And so I'm gonna end my story on this one, you know. So I think it was on the next date, you know what I'm saying? So of course, obviously I listened, you know what I'm saying, and my eyebrows were raised like, wow, that's shocking, you know. And so I met her. We met at a spot, went out, and so we met separately. I drove my ride, she drove her ride, and we were basically going Dutch, and she did not inform me, that hey, it was on me, to pay. So we get there. And because I was showed up at the spot early, I go and, I purchase my drinks and I'm just stepped to the side. And she finally comes in, again, killed, she killed it with her dress to the T, and she gets up in the line. And so the line is long. And so finally she gets up there. And so I'm sitting, and then she stops, and the bartender's waiting. She's wanted to order a drink. And so the bartender is waiting on her to pay. And finally, she had to, she's looking at me, I'm just like, what's the deal? And so the woman finally comes out and tells me that, hey, I only have $5, in my pocket, and I spent what little bit of money I have, to get into the club, and I'm not even gonna lie, on that night, I don't know what I was on. I must have been cold. I was like, well, I said, I guess you better get you some water, and after that, I was out, because it's like, don't sham. You should have said something up front if you knew you didn't have any money. Saying, let me know, up front, and then if I I would have paid. You know what I'm saying? But the bottom line is that if you know that you don't have the money or you can't afford to be out on the social scene, then you have no business being there. You need to make some other decisions in your life that are key, because dating costs money, and especially for men. Dating, in the social scene for us, it always, and 99% of the time, it's going to cost us money. Very rarely is there a case when we can be on the social scene and entertainment and not have to pay for it. That is rare. For women, it can go like maybe 50-50, because men more so are expected to pay. But even for females, don't go out wearing Gucci, Prada, Fendi, and have every designer thing. You got your nails done, hair done, feet, whatever, your eyelashes, but you don't have any money in the bank and you don't have any money in your purse. So basically, what that tells me is that you need to make some different decisions in your life, because obviously you can't afford the lifestyle that you're trying to portray. And even for a female, you should not be on the dating scene if you're broke. And for guys, that definitely goes double. You know what I'm saying? For guys, if you know that you broke, hey fellas, you're gonna have to sit in the dugout. You got to sit this one out until you get your paper right. But another story to share is that it's a homegirl of mine told me this, and I was rolling when she told me this, but she told me that, hey, she goes out, what I'm saying, I think for a lunch or dinner date, and that, after they had eaten the food and stuff like that, and I think they were close to finishing the meal, I believe the guy had finished, his portion, but oh man, I hope she don't get me for this, but he tried to pay for the meal with a scratch and sniff off lotto ticket. I can't make this up. I wish I could. I really wish I could. But he tried to pay, for the date, what I'm saying, with a scratch off lotto ticket, what I'm saying, and he even offered payment in the form, what I'm saying, of some marijuana. And I'm just like, man, that about took the cake right there. So it's like, I've heard of some stories before, and I thought that I saw some things, but I ain't never heard of nobody trying to pay for a date, what I'm saying, with a couple of joints and a potential lottery ticket that they got to scratch off to see if they won anything, and then try to go to the corner store and check it out. I'm like, wow, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't help it. I bust out laughing on that one, But the bottom line, if DWB's dating while broke, was if it was a misdemeanor, there'd be a whole lot of people, getting their license suspended or their dating privileges revoked, for a couple of years, because you got a whole bunch of people that's on these dating apps and that are out there in the market that they don't have a pot to piss in nor a window to throw it out of. They don't have a penny to their name. And they basically are nothing but walking liabilities and their false advertisements. I just got to keep it real. For the fellas, if you know that your paper is not right, do the ladies a favor, saying, sit down, sit it out, because all you are is nothing but a liability, you dead weight. And a man without any money, in most cases, you're not going to do anybody, any good or very little. And I'm not talking about different circumstances, for those that, might be married or, they lost a job and they're trying to get back on their feet, But if dating costs money, entertainment costs money, and if DWBs, were charged like DUIs, I'm quite sure there'd be a whole bunch of fellas that would be booked in county for dating while broke, trying to be slick, and no, they ain't got nothing but a hole in their pocket, and for the ladies, that's wearing all this stuff, when you spend money to get your weave done, or you get your hair and nails done, and that's where your money went, but your purse, when you open it, there's so much dust that comes out of it, you start sneezing. That means that hey shorty, you need to sit in the dugout and sit on the sidelines, because obviously you ain't ready. A DWB, that's right, dating while broke. If you don't have no money, male or female, get out the game, and get your finances together, get your life together, because that's a lifestyle problem. You don't have any money. You got bigger issues than worrying about, whom you can get with, And even for the ladies, even if you get them, you ain't going to be able to keep them, he might, use you and toss you to the side, because in essence, you kind of like dead weight, and you don't really you don't have no value. And for guys, like I said, that goes double. If you got holes in your pockets, having holes in your pockets is like having boots like Uncle Ruckus off of the Boondocks, where the tongue of the shoe is hanging out and you got to duct tape them. But anyway, I'm going to get off this one. Dating while broke, DWB. Oh, man, But anyway, if these were misdemeanors, man, oh, man, there'd be a whole lot of people that be in booking right now. But that's all I have on this one. DWB. And the name of my podcast is called Snacks Thoughts. That's SNAKZTHOUGHTS, Snacks Thoughts. And you can find this podcast on Anchor, Spotify, Spreaker, Radio, PBM, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Facebook Podcasts, and a host of other social media platforms. Also, I have a YouTube channel called Eric Broadus YouTube. That's EricBroadus YouTube, or ericbroadusyoutube.com. So please, go over to my YouTube channel, smash the bell to become a subscriber, smash that like button to like the videos. If you don't like them, hit the unlike button. Either way, leave a comment. Love to dialogue with you. And lastly, I am teaching courses on Skillshare, how to succeed in the military. So please, I will leave the referral link in this podcast will eventually be uploaded to YouTube, and so the referral link will be in there. You'll be able to find it on my YouTube channel. But please subscribe to Snack Thoughts and subscribe to Eric Brothers YouTube, and please share them. Share them with your family, friends, enemies, frenemies, cats, dogs, roaches, rats, bats, goats, whatsoever. Share it, push them out. All right, guys? Peace out. Catch you on the next one, and don't get a DWB. Peace.